Can I talk to you a minute? I have an idea, a new understanding about responsibility. Responsibility doesn't mean all my fault. Responsibility means my hand in it. Responsibility does not mean all my fault. It means my hand in it. And responsibility also doesn't justify the responsibility of the other people or persons or parties involved. It just says that you had a hand in it. But it doesn't mean that whatever someone else did is right or wrong. So responsibility is not about fault. It's about the part played in the situation. Which also means that responsibility is not about fairness. Okay, responsibility has no room for fair. It only has room for responsibility. What you're responsible for, accountability, an understanding of your contribution to the matter. Not about fair, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be fair, because since when has anything ever been fair about God? When was God fair? When was the government fair? When was, the decisions that your parents made fair? Even sometimes presidential election voting rules aren't fair, But our president won because he wasn't concentrating on what was fair. He was just being responsible. In other words, no matter how fair or not something is, what's my hand in it? And that's how he won. That's how Oprah won. That's how Jesus won. Jesus wasn't concentrating on what was fair. Jesus was concentrating on what his responsibility was in the matter, what his responsibility was in his purpose and in his callings. So I just feel that those of us who would like to be successful in any or all areas of our lives must now stop thinking about fairness and start thinking about responsibility. And responsibility also is just acknowledging that you are in some way responsible. Not necessarily in some way wrong. You feel me? Responsibility doesn't mean, or responsible does not mean wrong. It just means you play a part. Okay, if I go outside, get hit by a bus, what was my responsibility in that? That I went outside? I wasn't wrong for going outside. It's just that going outside was my part in it, because if I hadn't gone outside, I wouldn't have got hit by the bus. Now that doesn't make the bus driver right for hitting me. Okay, the bus driver, if it was intentional, should still have to deal with the consequences, according to the law, for hitting me. But I still was responsible in the overall matter. I just necessarily was not wrong. You understand what I mean? There are two different things. Being wrong, right, if you will, and then responsibility. So let's pay attention to responsibility in that light. I think that we will all, with that understanding of it, start taking more responsibility. Now understanding that it doesn't mean wrong.